Hey everyone, I'm so glad you could join me today. I want to share a deeply personal story that's been weighing on my heart lately. It's a tale of hope, excitement, and unexpected fallout. So, grab a cozy seat and let's dive into it. For the past 2 years, my husband and I had been on a roller coaster ride of emotions. We desperately wanted a baby, but it felt like the universe was throwing every obstacle in our path. I was diagnosed with fertility issues, and my doctor recommended a minor procedure to clean my uterus and some medication to help my hormone levels. Honestly, it was overwhelming. I remember sitting there, feeling hopeless as the doctor told me it might not happen naturally. After months of treatments, appointments, and countless what-ifs, I reached a breaking point. About 4 months ago, I just gave up. I stopped taking the medication and began to accept that maybe IVF would be our only option. But then, just 3 weeks ago, everything changed. I took a test, and lo and behold, it was positive. I remember the moment I told my husband. His reaction was priceless. He was absolutely over the moon, tears streaming down his face as we embraced, both of us overwhelmed with joy. It was one of those magical moments in life where everything felt right. But as with any good story, there was a complication. My husband has a 23-year-old son from a previous marriage, and he had been through a devastating experience just 6 months earlier, a miscarriage that shattered their world. I couldn't help but think we should tread carefully. I suggested to my husband that we wait until the second trimester to share the news with his son. It just felt too soon, too raw. But my husband, he was bursting at the seams with excitement. He couldn't hold it in, so he made the call. I'll never forget the look on his face when he hung up. His son had barely said a word before he abruptly said, "I have to go," and hung up. I could see the hurt wash over my husband. Later that night, my stepdaughter, who's 17, came to him and said, "Dad, you probably should have waited longer to tell him, considering what he's been through." Her words hung in the air like a heavy cloud. But then my mother-in-law chimed in. She said, "This is a happy moment for us too. His son should be able to be happy for his dad." And honestly, I found myself agreeing with her for once. The tension in our house was palpable. On one hand, this was a moment of joy, a miracle we thought might never happen. On the other, I understood my husband's son's grief. It was a delicate balance between celebrating new life and honoring past loss. We decided to give his son some space, but it was hard. The excitement was still bubbling in my husband, and I could see it in his eyes. He just wanted his son to share in this joy with him. As the days went by, I found myself reflecting on our journey and the complexities of family dynamics. It made me think about the right time to share big news. Is there ever a perfect time? And as I'm sharing this with you, I can't help but ask, what would you have done in my husband's shoes? Would you have shared the news right away, or would you have waited?